Both Hezbollah and Israel have been relying for 17 years now on the existence of mutual deterrence. However, mutual deterrence at the Lebanese-Israeli border is not guaranteed, and the recent provocations that have been occurring from both sides against the other risk bringing upon Lebanon and Israel a war that neither Hezbollah nor Israel nor the Lebanese people want. So, since the 2006 war, which was the last major conflict between Hezbollah and Israel, there's been a state of relative calm at the border between Lebanon and Israel. However, the reality is that that calm is not actually guaranteed. After the 2006 war, both sides entered a phase of what is called mutual deterrence, where both Hezbollah and Israel considered that the costs of going to war with the other outweighed the potential benefits of a large-scale conflict. And in the 2006 war, the kind of cost that we're talking about is that more than 1,000 Lebanese died, more than 100 Israelis died, hundreds of thousands on each side of the border were displaced, and there was massive infrastructure damage, in particular in South Lebanon. What has happened since 2006 is that each side has established unspoken rules of the game, which are the kinds of provocations that each side can commit without infringing the other's red lines and risking an escalation into a large-scale conflict. While this has resulted in a period of relative calm over the past 17 years, in recent times we've seen that these provocations have not only continued, but there have been efforts on both sides to push the previously accepted red lines. And there are several ways in which the theory of mutual deterrence can collapse. If we look at how the 2006 war began, what precipitated the conflict was that Hezbollah launched an operation which resulted in the death of 3 Israeli soldiers and the kidnapping of 2 more. Now, Hezbollah had, in the years before 2006, carried out several similar operations. However, there was a misunderstanding from Hezbollah of what Israel's red lines were at that particular time. So what it meant was that there was a political push for Israel to respond with disproportionate force, which led to the 34-day war with huge costs for both sides. If we take the example from April 2023, there were 34 rockets that were fired into northern Israel. Now, these rockets weren't precision guided, so thankfully, no serious infrastructure was hit. But what if one of these rockets, instead of landing in a field or hitting a normal shed, had hit a summer camp or a supermarket and caused many fatalities of Israeli citizens? In these circumstances, it's inconceivable that Israel could respond as it did this year in April 2023 by accepting that Hezbollah had no part in the operation and by launching an operation that was deliberately targeted against low-level infrastructure. It's pretty self-evident from the name that mutual deterrence is a theory that's very fragile and built of glass. And it would only take one miscast stone to make this entire sense of stability shatter at the border and bring on an escalation that nobody wants.